Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the 8th meeting of the year. Today is June 8th, 2026. Alyssa, please read the publication.
In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting to be held at the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, has been published in the Home News Tribune on January 7, 2026, posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board, the Borough website, and the front door of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street, South River.
Roll call.
Mayor Gindi?
Here.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Here.
Councilman Donato?
Here.
Councilman DeZemian?
Here.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Here.
Councilman Gerchensky?
Here.
Council President DeSantis?
Here.
Please stand for the salute to flag and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. We have no proclamations. Agenda session, we have 4 for second reading. The first 2, Mark, could you please read them?
Yeah, the first two, 26-11, amending Chapter 73-27, it's basically changing the title from Class 1 SLEO Sergeant to Class 1 SLEO Supervisor. The adjustment is intended to clearly distinguish between the rank of a sworn police sergeant and a special law enforcement officer, Class 1. And it just reduces the confusion between the ranks. 26-12, it's amending Chapter 193, Vehicles and Traffic. It creates a no standing zone in portions of Charles and Lincoln. During the afternoon hours and the morning hours as well, congestion is created because the parents are picking up their kids or they're dropping them off and they're just standing in their cars in the streets for the Pillars Preparatory Academy waiting for the kids to get out. So we went out there to try to rectify the problem, but there is no ordinance or there's no law for no standing in that area. So by creating this, it allows us to keep the traffic moving, and if there's people there that don't want to, abide by the ordinance, then they'll be in violation of it, and we'll be able to enforce it.
Okay, thank you. John, can you give us an explanation of the next 2 on the second reading?
Sure. So that's 2026-13, which is an ordinance amending Section 363-5 of the Code of the Borough of South River to add farmers markets vendor annual permit fee. This will be a $50 annual fee for all farmers market vendors. It doesn't apply to food trucks, but everybody else who would be a vendor at the farmers market will be able to pay the $50 fee, and that eliminates any need, or that will eliminate any need to get subsequent permits on a week-by-week or month-by-month basis. So that is intended to simplify the permitting process for farmers markets. The next one is Ordinance 2026-14. And that's an ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real property known as Block 58, Lot 1, from the South River Little League. This is the park located at 63 Burton Avenue, and it's just authorizing the borough to accept ownership of the park. Many decades ago, the borough owned the park. They conveyed it to the Little League for $1, with the requirement that it always be used for recreation and park purposes. That continued, and it will continue when the borough takes it back. It'll still be a park, but the ownership will be under the borough.
Okay, thank you. There will be 3 for first reading. Joe, could you please give us an explanation?
Sure. First one is a bond ordinance on first reading. We filed the required supplemental debt statement with the state, so that's already done. This includes a new garbage truck, replacing a 2005 garbage truck, various police equipment, turnout gear for the fire department, sewer improvements, and also renovations to Veterans Field, a turf field, football, and soccer. Includes scoreboard, fencing, drainage, and we were lucky. I want to thank the county. They gave us $1,020,000 grant to cover the cost, part of the cost, which was great. You did a lot of work, Mayor. Dawn did a lot of work trying to get that grant. So once that field's done, hopefully it looks beautiful, and kids will have something to play on down there, nicer.
All right, thank you. John, could you please give me an explanation on the next two first readings?
Absolutely. So the next one will be 2026-16. That's an ordinance amending Chapter 72 and Chapter 246 of the Borough Code. And it's just updating different procedures concerning the administration, use, and access to borough-owned property, namely the fire stations. Operationally, not much is going to change with this ordinance, but really it's about just clarifying that the borough, namely the governing body, maintains authority and control over those pieces of real property, and also controlling who can access those properties, namely the members of the fire department, and not anyone outside of that unless the proper authorization is granted. The next one is Ordinance 2026-17. This ordinance is an ordinance amending Chapter 103 of the Borough Code, and this will permit any retail liquor establishments, so that's bars and liquor stores or restaurants that are serving liquor, to operate as early as 10 a.m. on Sundays. Right now, the Borough Code prohibits any operation from hours of 2 a.m. to noon on Sundays. That will now be amended to 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. So starting at 10 a.m. Sunday morning, these establishments can open, and that will accommodate any patrons who want to partake in connection with televised sporting events like NFL football or the FIFA World Cup that's upcoming.
Thank you. Listen, let's start off with the second reading, 2026-11.
Ordinance 2026-11, an ordinance amending Chapter 72 of the Code of the Borough of South River entitled Public Safety to amend Section 72-27 entitled Special Law Enforcement Officers, to change the title of Class 1 Special Law Enforcement Officer Sergeant to Class 1 Special Law Enforcement Officer Supervisor.
Motion to waive the full reading?
Second.
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
To open this to the public, 5 minutes, state your name and your address. First call. Are you coming? This for the ordinance, sir. First call, second call.
Motion to close public?
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council discussion? No. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Motion by Council President DeSantis. Seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2026-12.
Ordinance 2026-12, an ordinance amending Chapter 193, Vehicles and Traffic of the Borough Code of the Borough of South River to establish no standing zones on portions of Charles Street and Lincoln Street.
Motion to waive the full reading?
Second.
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to open this to the public. First call. Second call.
Motion to close.
Motion by Councilman
Second.
Krasinski, seconded by Councilman Giannakopoulos.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council discussion. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Motion by Council President DeSantis,
Second.
seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2026-13.
Ordinance 2026-13, an ordinance amending Section 363-5 of the Code of the Borough of South River to add a farmer's market vendor annual permit fee.
Motion to waive the full reading?
Second.
A motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public here, I'd like to open it to the public. First call.
Motion to close public?
Motion by Council President DeSantis,
Second.
second by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion?
This ordinance is being put together so we can have a farmer's market catch on here in South River to just bring some action to downtown. And it was gonna be a hassle to have a farmer have to reapply for a permit every week. So it's going to be running, through September through the end of October every Sunday. So the reason for the ordinance is so they could just apply once to be there for that season. And then, of course, the next season they have to reapply again, but, to forego having to weekly apply for a permit. That was the reason for this ordinance, and I'm glad that it's passing. Thank you.
Anyone else? No. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Motion by Council President DeSantis,
Second?
second by Councilman Krasinski.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2026-14.
Ordinance 2026-14, an ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real property known as Block 58, Lot 1 on the official tax map of the Borough of South River from South River Little League for nominal consideration.
Motion to waive the full reading?
Second?
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to open this to the public. First call. Second call.
Motion to close public?
Motion by Council President DeSantis,
Second?
second by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council discussion. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Second?
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, first reading, 2026-15.
Ordinance 2026-15, bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements and the acquisition of various capital equipment appropriating $2,921,000, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $1,805,000 bonds and notes to finance a portion of the cost thereof, authorized in and by the Borough of South River and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey.
Mayor, I move that council pass ordinance 2026-15 on its first reading by title only, and that the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law, with the second reading and public hearing to be held at a meeting at 7 p.m. on Monday, June 29th, 2026, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street in South River, New Jersey.
Motion by Council President DeSantis,
Second?
second by Councilman Krasinski.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2026-16.
Ordinance 2026-16, an ordinance amending Chapter 72, Public Safety, Department of, and Chapter 246, Parks, Playgrounds, and Public Buildings of the Code of the Borough of South River to update procedures concerning the administration, use, and access of borough-owned property.
Mayor, I move that the council pass ordinance 2026-16 on its first reading by title only, and that the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law, with the second reading and public hearing to be held at a meeting 7 p.m. on Monday, June 29th, 2026, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street in South River, New Jersey.
Second?
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2026-17.
Ordinance 2026-17, an ordinance amending Chapter 103, Alcoholic Beverages, Article 1, Alcoholic Beverages, Section 103-17, Hours of Sale of the Code of the Borough of South River to amend the prohibited hours of sale on Sundays.
Mayor, I move that council pass ordinance 2026-17 on its first reading by title only, and that the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law, with the second reading and public hearing to be held at a meeting at 7 p.m. on Monday, June 29th, 2026, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street in South River, New Jersey.
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President DeSantis?
Yes.
Thank you, Alyssa. We are going to move to reports. Justin Artheon.
Thank you, Mayor. Brief update on the capital projects taking place within the borough for the 2023 and 2024 local aid program. The contractor is actually on site completing the last item, and then we will begin the closeout process with the DOT. For the 2023 local transportation project, a pre-construction meeting was held at the end of April, and the contractor has indicated that they will begin work later this month. For the 2025 local aid program, a bid opening took place on April 30th. Fernandez Construction was the apparent low bidder, and a pre-construction meeting is scheduled for the middle of this month. 2025 electrical substation maintenance work is ongoing, and the 2026 local aid program project was authorized and design work began. So, thank you.
Council discussion? Questions? Okay. Joe, CFO?
Okay, 3 resolutions on the agenda. The first one is a renewal of a shared service agreement with the school for an additional 5 years. Another resolution for awarding a contract for pickleball courts at Varga Park. This is paid entirely by grant money, HCD grant and local recreation grant. And then we also have a Chapter 159. These are grants that have come in after the budget was adopted.
Council, discussion? All right, who is here? Fire Chief Bill
Thank
Smith.
you, Mayor and Council. First of all, thank you very much for attending the Memorial Day services for the fire department. I want to personally thank the mayor and the council members. Currently finished up our second quarter of training at the academy. Moving forward, we will have our fire testing, our hose testing, and our pump testing. And I'm moving forward.
All right, thank you. Peter Sikansky, OEM.
Mr. Mayor, Council. We had a nice family in town that was kind enough to donate a whole bunch of stuff to OEM. One nice size generator for us, now we have 2. Brand new desk, brand new in the box that Adam needed a desk, now we have a desk and a computer stand. So we like to just basically give Rita and Neil a nice certificate to show appreciation from the town to her, and you know, other people can help.
We need all the help we can do for Office of Emergency Management.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you. Alyssa?
Just that the minutes from the May 11th meeting are going to be pushed to the June 29th meeting. I didn't get a chance to finish them.
John?
Nothing to share except for my support for the Knicks this evening. Thank you.
Mark?
Yeah, I'll second that support for the Knicks. And just a few things on the agenda for Resolution 157 is the appointment of John Fay as part-time violations clerk. As many of you probably don't know, Cassie, her full-timer, is out on maternity leave, so she's a one-man crew up here. So we really need the help, especially for the violations clerk. Number 174 is appointment of Kerwin Sampson to the position of police officer. He comes to us with 3 years experience from Jersey City. He is replacing Officer Mario Pinto, who is in the process of retiring and will be totally off the books within a month or so. And he's a good pick. After our interviews with certified police officers, my command staff, we chose him and we recommended him for appointment. And then finally, the retirement of Sergeant Roselli. I'd like to thank everyone that showed up this Saturday for his walkout. There was a lot of people there, and after 23 years here and another 2 years down at Ocean Gate, Sergeant Roselli is retiring, and I know it meant a lot to him for everyone to be there. So thank you.
Thank you. Council comments, council reports, I should say. Councilman Krasinski?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, on the Office on Aging, they're going to have an afternoon tea and insight session with the mayor. You have to sign up and begin Monday, June 1st, as RSVP. They'll have talks and borough projects and share your thoughts and questions over tea and some snacks. Transportation. Please be advised that as of July, they are going to discontinue the Office on Aging temporarily for the month of July. And they will be closed on, Monday, July 13th through Friday, July 24th. And updates will be notified as they go on. Also, Mayor, there's also a patriotic house decorating contest going on, and that's courtesy of our mayor, which will be going on for next month for our 250th anniversary of this country. With that, that's all I have right now, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman De Silva?
Well, I want to thank everybody that came out to the Memorial Day Parade. It was a great event. It was nice to see everybody out there. The rain let us enjoy that little bit together. We also, this past Saturday, had our first flag raising ceremony at Daly's Pond, where we celebrated our Portuguese community. It was nice to see everyone come out to that event, and just wanted to remind everyone that the Cultural Arts and Heritage Commission welcomes all residents to get involved. Flag raising request forms can be found online or by contacting Cultural Arts and Heritage Commission directly. Moving on to our library, South River Library is hosting many summer events for children and adults. Some upcoming events is Summer Reading Kickoff, which is Wednesday, June 24th, and it's actually a foam party at 2 p.m. So that's fun for the kids. They also will have June 26th Pokemon Party, and then on July 1st at 2 p.m., which is actually my favorite event, is Meet Toby, the mini Highland cow, which will be over at the library. So definitely check out the library's website for any of these amazing news and events. Also, Human Relations had a computer workshop and a library event for our seniors at the Willett Manor. They also hosted the Police Appreciation Day, which was held at the Landing. That was a good event. Human Relations is planning a multicultural day in September. Once that date is chosen, it'll be on our borough website. And July 1st, there will be a barbecue over at the Willett Manor and the Landing, which will be between 2 and 4. So those that want to attend. And then August 19th is their International Potluck at the Willett Manor, and that will be between 3:30 and 5:30. All these events can be found on our borough website, so be sure to check them out. It's going to be an eventful summer, a lot of events, and I would love to see everybody out there. And that's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
You're
Councilman DeZemian.
Board of Ed, I have several items with the Board of Ed. The first is district held its senior awards on June 2nd. 154 awards were distributed to 67 students. A total of $62,587 was distributed. High school graduation will be held on Tuesday, June 23rd. And they have several upcoming programs that I'm going to mention. Dual language program, currently accepting applications for their preschool and first grade dual language programs for next school year. All accepted preschool students and incoming kindergarten students are welcome to apply for a seat in either their English, Spanish, or English, Portuguese track. Limited seats are also available for the first grade English, Spanish track. An information session will be held on June 9th. Visit their website for more details. South River Adult School, an English language learning and work readiness program is under consideration for next school year. Classes will most likely be on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Focus will be on English language, digital literacy, financial literacy, health, and wellness. If interested, more information is listed on the Board of Ed website. 21st Century Community Learning Center. This is a free summer program for students currently in grades 3 through 12. The program will provide activities in academic tutoring, academic enrichment, positive youth development, culture arts, and physical nutritional health. This program will run from July 6th through July 30th, Monday through Thursday, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you would like to sign your child up, go to the Board of Ed website for details. This program is fully funded by the New Jersey Department of Education, Title IV, Part B, Every Student Succeeds Act. Wall of Fame. The school district is seeking nominations for individuals for selection to the South River High School Wall of Fame. These are individuals who have achieved superior status within various fields in Denver. These individuals will serve as role model for current and future South River High School students. This award is not limited to athletic achievement. A maximum of 2 individuals may be inducted this year. If anyone knows of someone you believe qualifies for a nomination, visit the Board of Ed website for a nomination form. The deadline is October 31st of this year. preschool applications. Applications for next school year are now available. Application and additional information are available on the Board of Ed website. Free and reduced meals application. All families are encouraged to complete the application regardless of income. The link for the online free and reduced meals application and instructions is www.payschools.central.com. That's PAYSCHOOLS Central, CENTRAL.com. And then there's a summer EBT benefits are available again for this summer. Each qualified student is eligible for $120 on a SNAP card. Complete a lunch application to qualify for benefits. This is also located on the Board of Ed website. And I want to thank the South River High School administration for a project that I had worked on over the years. Being in the South River Band, years ago, I graduated in '79. We had the halftime, pregame and halftime shows, if you remember, back in the days. And they were recorded on 8mm films. So they were stored up until this past year. They survived, thankfully. And working with the band alumni, South River Band alumni, we have a great group. That's how South River is. And we raised the funds to convert them to digital. And then I got in touch with the South River High School administration and set up a meeting where the alumni met in the auditorium last week. And we showed about an hour and a half of, there's many shows, but we showed about an hour and a half with the current high school band and the alumni that attended. There was a good 35 people there, and we watched halftime shows that were from 1973 to 1983. I think in the future we'll try to get something where we get some of this on TV 35, but I want to thank them for allowing us to do this, and it was really a great time for the alumni to see this for the first time in, a lot of them, 50 years. The band director was there. That was our band director from the early 70s to 87. And the current band director, administration, and the students really enjoyed it. They were amazed and really enjoyed it. And the mingle went really well. I thank them for allowing us to do that, and it was a great time. And not on the Board of Ed, the Frost and the Pumpkin registration is now available on the Borough website. So go to the South River website and register for this 5K run walk, which will take place on October 25th of this year. And it's going to be a great event. We're really going to start to push it now to get a participation, and looking forward to it. And that is all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Giannakopoulos.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The Shade Tree Committee is having a meeting June 10th, this Wednesday, down at Gordon Street at the Borough, Gordon, Washington. That's at 7 o'clock. All are welcome. We're going to be discussing trees and areas that we can plant trees along the sidewalk. Maybe your neighborhood might be one in need of trees in front of your house along the sidewalk. That would be a great venue to come and give us your thoughts. We're doing that. And then also the Economic Development Committee. We're having a meeting this Wednesday, Wednesday the 17th. That's next Wednesday. And that's at 55 Reed Street at the Office on Aging. And it's Economic Development Committee. We discuss stuff like the farmer's market or ideas of how to make downtown better and how to have more people come to downtown and enjoy our stores and our Main Street environment that's getting better and better all the time. And I'm also on the Public Safety Committee, and I noticed sitting up here that officers retire, new officers come in, but the police department is always steady and runs very efficiently, despite you might get 2 or 3 people retiring within a month or two, but somehow they manage to keep the ship straight and running really good, something to be proud of. And that's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Donato.
Yes, of the Environmental Commission, they've been handing out anti-litter, or they've been posting anti-litter signs throughout the municipal parks. You may have seen them. They're going to be completing that shortly. They also have a program trying to get people as they're going through walking around in South River. They have bags set up with gloves and some instructions for anyone who is interested in helping keep our streets a little bit cleaner. I instructed them, if it glows, leave it there. But other than that, we're also looking at to do something with our community garden, because it seems to have fallen in disrepair. Get some ideas we're starting to put together for that. And last but not least, data centers. That has come up as a concern. Municipalities have been bringing data centers in, and we're getting some horror stories about that. The end result is it's the taxpayers are going to have to foot the bill for it through either higher utility costs, and with our infrastructure the way it is, we have great concerns that it would wind up collapsing our infrastructure in this town. We don't want to see that. So we want to put together something that will control that and give us some guidance so that doesn't happen here in South River. I am personally not totally against it, but I like to know what the heck I'm getting involved in. We don't want to allow these companies to make a lot of profit on the back of the citizens of our community. So that we're looking at that as well. That's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Council President?
Yes, for the Recreation Advisory Board, the Little League Championship Series is this week. Lions versus VFW. Game 1 is Tuesday, and Game 2 is Thursday, both at 6 p.m. And Game 3 would be Saturday at 2 p.m. if the series is tied 1-1. They'll play the rubber game there. Softball and rec baseball seasons just ended. Both programs had a great turnout and very successful years. I want to give a special shout out to the 8U softball team. They finished the season undefeated. I coached this team. I've had the pleasure to be with these girls for 3 years, and it's a special group of players and parents. You get the collaborative effort. It's what the small town's all about. So we had a great season, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Pop Warner football and cheerleading registration is open. We ask that you register as soon as possible so we can determine age groups for the teams. The season starts mid-July, and it's for boys and girls ages 5 through 13. We're also having a girls flag football team. Flag football for the female or girl side is booming. It's going to be a high school sport in probably almost every school eventually, but it's starting as pilot program, so it's really growing. That's going to be for ages 5 through 18. The team will be made up of South River girls who will then play other towns. So it's not an inter-town league. There will be some local travel. We also are proud to announce we have a new soccer program coming to South River. Recreation soccer in this town has been sporadic at best, and I think we all understand that we have a lot of diverse cultures that are very entrenched with soccer. And it's an outlet that we need to our young children to have, not only to be great athletes, but to have responsibility, uniform, show up on time, play a position. So we are going to be partnering with the Joka Academy. Their names are Zane and Julian Taha. They're residents of East Brunswick, and they have their own academy already, and they're going to be running our rec program as well as their own travel academy through that. This is for ages 3 through 13 for the fall, and the games will be on Saturdays with practice varying based on coach and field availability. We'll be running our free fundamentals basketball clinic at Sheldon Shinefine Park, also affectionately known as Leonard Dean Park. This will be led by Councilman DeZemian and Coach Carmine. It is a free clinic, but you must register to attend. The dates are July 11th, 18th, and 25th from 10 to 11:30 a.m., and this is for boys and girls that are in preschool up to grade 2. There will also be a free football clinic on July 15th and 16th at Veterans Park. Pop Warner registrants are automatically eligible for the clinic, but those who are not signing up for Pop Warner can still attend, and they have to register. And that free clinic is hosted by my nephew, Michael DeSantis III, who played high school football in South River and then afterwards at FDU, and he continues to give back his time, and he wants to help out and get some kids on the field. For all activities that require registration, you can visit the Borough website at www.southriverNJ.org. Click Departments, then Parks and Recreation. You'll see a link to enroll. And if any issues online, you can call the office at 732-254-4412. And the next Recreation Advisory Board meeting will be Monday, September 21st at 6 p.m. at 55 Reed Street. and residents are welcome and encouraged to attend. That's all.
Thank you. I will hold off on mine. I'd like to open this to the public for consent resolutions only. Give you 5 minutes. State your name and your address.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jim Hutchison, 38 Virginia Street. Just two quick things. Just a recommendation on some consent resolutions. Sometimes it's very vague what the consent resolution says. And I know there's the backing documentation, but that's usually not made available to the general public who come to the meeting. You may want to just expand things. For an example, consent resolution number 178, authorizing the issuance of a request for proposal. Maybe expand that to show what the proposal is about, maybe the location, anything like that. Again, just to give the public a little bit more information. And specifically, I just want to say for consent resolution 173, authorizing 2026 salaries of certain employees and officials, I read into that. I hope that passes because within that, there's 2 members of the Office on Aging that are getting an increase. One is not the bus driver, okay? But I just want to say that they are very, very deserved of this. So I hope that passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for the consent resolutions? First call. Second call.
Motion to close public.
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Alyssa, before we start, John, on consent number 178,
Yes.
I happened to read it. There's no expiration date on it.
On the request for proposal?
Yeah, can we give it 2 months?
Well, the resolution, I mean, we could verbally amend the resolution. I only asked Alyssa to include the request for proposal in the back as a draft so that people like Mr. Hutchinson, who might be reviewing the materials online, do know exactly what the proposal will entail. But a lot of these are placeholders. This will be populated, so if we want to make it 2 months, we'll make it 2 months.
I'd like to do 2 months.
Yeah.
Please.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Alyssa, consent resolutions 2026, 157 to 178, please.
Whereas Resolution 2026-01 authorizes the Borough Council to utilize a consent agenda to adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. Now therefore be it is hereby resolved that the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the Borough Council in whole as if the same were individually acted upon. Consent Resolutions 2026-157 to 2026-178, 157, appointment of a part-time municipal court employee, 158, property tax refund for 9 Milton Avenue, 159, authorize a shared service agreement with the South River Board of Education, 160, awarding a contract to CME Associates for professional services, 161, appointment of a hearing officer, 162, property tax refund for 3 Mitchell Avenue, 163, authorizing the South River Fire Department to conduct a boot drive, 164, authorizing a block party for Heritage Landing on June 14, 2026, 165, authorizing the award of a contract for pickleball courts, 166, granting renewal to ABC licenses for the 26-27 license year. 167, approval of a special events permit to the VFW for an event to be held on June 28, 2026. 168, authorizing the Borough Clerk to waive the special event permit fee for the VFW. 169, authorizing a contract for Krakowski Park Inclusive Playground. 170, appointment of a Board of Health member. 171, approval of a special events permit to the Portuguese Club for an event that was held on June 6, 2026. 172, insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget. 173, authorize 2026 salaries of certain employees and officials. 174, authorizing the conditional appointment of Kerwin J. Sampson as a police officer. 175, property tax refund for June Street. 176, authorize certain utility refunds. 177, authorize the bills and claims list. 178, authorizing the issuance of a request for proposal.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Council President DeSantis, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman De Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Donato?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes, but I'd like to abstain from Resolution 167 and 168.
Council President DeSantis.
Yes.
I would like to open this to the public. 5 minutes. Please state your name and your address.
Kingsbury Brill at 20 Monticello Way. And I still want to have Collins Drive open. I mean, it's about time to do something about it. Number one, let's talk about your counters that I had over here. One said you had property tax. I wish you would do his homework because there's no difference. Property increased value of whether he's on that street, Leonardine, there's no difference. I mean, I've asked the assessor, also real estate guy, and they all said there's no difference in the selling price, property values. So that was wrong. The woman that complained, I have disdain for the person who did it, but it's well within his constitutional right, as everybody took their name. The first constitutional freedom of speech. That's what it is. It's not great, but it is. Time to open it up. I mean, it's costing us money. There's someplace between $12,000 and $20,000 a year. Figure it out. With probably maybe about a 2 or 3% error possible. Maybe a little less, or maybe more. But around $15,000 at least is costing us having the street closed for not a real good reason. Someone, as you know. Wanting to do the math on it, how I came up with this number, I'll be more than happy to explain it. So I just think it's time to start acting, so make a motion to reopen this thing up and have a discussion on it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Teresa Hutchinson, 38 Virginia Street. I don't usually have something like this, but I don't want to forget anything. I just want to back up a little bit and thank everybody who came out for the walking tour. That was May 3rd. It was a real big turnout. We were so thrilled. Brian Armstrong is an encyclopedia of South River. He conducts the tours, and just very happy everybody came out. We'll be doing more of that. So please continue to support us in that way. The parade and ceremony on May 25th, first, our fallen. The parade and ceremony, we do it to respect our fallen heroes. So it's not ever Happy Memorial Day. It's to recognize our fallen heroes and to honor our brave veterans. So I want to thank everybody who came out. That was a great turnout. The heavens are always kind to us with the weather, and once again they were. I just want to thank, it's still Memorial Day, I want to thank the veterans who worked so hard for us, came out in March. I want to thank the mayor and council who helped us out a lot. I want to thank the borough administration, and including Michelle Urbanowitz. No one really knows how much work goes into this, and there is not one person who could do it. It's the town. The town conducts and promotes Memorial Day and the Memorial Day ceremony. It's the town. It's everybody in the town. Most of the people in this room. So a big thank you to everybody. One person doesn't do it. The town does it. Also, the South River Police Department, the DPW, the South River Fire Department, the OEM, the safety personnel. Everybody is helping us on May 25th and every Memorial Day. So really, big thank you. Even the Historical and Preservation Society, I'll say Mrs. Rufano, she comes to the historical building and opens it for us. And they spend the day there. They don't have to do that, but they do that for our town, and we appreciate that. And of course, last but not least, Cultural Arts and Heritage Commission. We have a great team and we have a great council liaison, Councilwoman De Silva. We appreciate you. Flag racing was June 6th. We encourage, as Councilwoman De Silva stated, we encourage folks to contact us and let us know if you want to hold a flag racing ceremony. We are very happy to make that happen with you. You do have to fill out the application. It's available on our website, Cultural Arts at South River, New Jersey, nj.org. So, you know, please, we want that to happen as often as possible. And I heard some folks were asking, why wasn't that more publicized? We heard you. We will make sure it's more publicized because we are here for you. South River Day, October 17th. It's going to be from 12 to 5 on Montgomery Street between Johnson and Lexington Avenue. We, the Cultural Arts, are seeking performers, vendors, musicians, singers, people who make things, people who make nice food and want to sell it. We are seeking all of you to come out and join us. There's an application process, and South River folks will get priority. So that application will be on our Cultural Arts website, and I'll provide it to the borough to be on the borough website. Join us. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great day. There's going to be something new at this South River Day on October 17th, 12 to 5. We're going to get a band shell for our performers, a great big band shell with a cover so our performers won't have to worry about the elements. And for that, we are asking businesses in town if they would help us pay for that. If they would sponsor even a portion, a small portion, we will put your business name in big letters on the stage. And so I know there's 2 businesses here right now. I'm looking at them. If you would support us, we will promote you. So I just want to thank you all. And again, keep the dates in mind. And we're working hard for you. So come out and support us. Thank you.
Thank you. Nikki?
No better than to get in front of her. Thomas Domenecki, 41 John Street, South River, New Jersey. Lady and gentlemen, I want to talk about 2 things. One, the bikes, the battery bikes.
E-bikes.
Darrow Street had been recadamized, I think a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, from Virginia down to Daly's Pond at Bright Street. And after school, a lot of the young boys congregate down there. That they haven't been a problem. I haven't had any difficulty with them or heard them swearing or doing anything. Sometimes they do obstruct traffic because they're gathering around there. Question I have, is there any motor vehicle regulations that govern these people? As far as the type of vehicle, whether they have to have an individual driver's license, whether they have to have a license plate on the vehicle. And too many of them are doing wheelies. My wife is concerned that one of them's going to fall back, hit his head, and somebody's going to get sued.
The New Jersey State has passed a law starting. New Jersey State has passed a law starting July 1st. So as of all municipalities, there is an actual law stating that whoever's going to be on a e-bike, anything that's electric, has to have a permit. So they have to be of age, which is 15, and they would have to have a helmet. So most likely, you're going to see a lot of our police officers crack down on it. So
This is effective when?
July 1st.
July 1.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it
I think
more
about
than
it
you
is
are.
they're not using bicycles to get the exercise.
Correct.
Right.
It's like fathers who buy a stick drive car so the kids have to concentrate on a stick rather than paying attention to the cell phone. And it'd be nice to have a police cruiser come by now and then, not necessarily to antagonize the kids, but to let them know that there is a presence here and perhaps they ought to be more circumspect in what they're doing. Second thing I wanted to talk about it, the firehouse. I had asked Paul Miggott several times if he would give me a tour of the firehouse because I had never been available whenever they had the public showing of it.
So I went to meet him there, and who was there but Steve Kuzmak also. And they both gave me a tour of the firehouse, and I was very surprised with the knowledge these two guys exhibited, especially Steve. He seemed to have a lot of background on it. And then I asked Paul if he could show me what type of maintenance do they do on these fire trucks. Is it something that's issued by the maker of the vehicle, or is it something that they have to come up with themselves? You know, I'm a veteran. I've been in the military. I've been through motor stables where you have to make your vehicles ready, make sure they're always topped off. And when I was in West Germany during the Cold War, we had to be ready with the basic supply of ammunition, munitions, food supply, etc., and be off the post in 2 hours. You know, so we had to maintain the maintenance of these vehicles, and I was wondering whether there was something specific for that. So he took me up and he showed me what they did on the fire truck. So I was thankful and I was pleased as a veteran to see what goes. The other thing I just wanted to say is to comment on the professionalism and the passion that these guys exhibit. They are really to be congratulated, in my opinion, because they're willing to go out anytime in bad weather, at night, etc. And most of you know that I'm clergy, and we talk about the love of God and love of neighbor. Love of neighbor is by serving them, and these guys do. They serve it at the middle of the night during winter storms or whatever have you, and their passion is exemplary. So I just wanted to shout out to them and thank them for their service. And thank you for listening to me.
I always listen to
Harry.
you.
Got any more? Oh,
No. Anyone else?
Jim Hutchison, 38 Virginia Street. First off, it's very difficult to follow Deacon Tom, one of the best speakers and presences in South River. And I don't know if Deacon Tom is a graduate of South River High School, but if he is, there's one of your Hall of Famers right there. Just a couple things. First off, I talked about this at the last meeting. This is dealing with Ordinance 2612 about the no standing on Lincoln and Charles Street. I really believe that we need to have the same type of look and maybe study done for around the Darrell Arquam School, Thomas Street, George Street, Leland Avenue, and Ziegert Street. That is a real safety problem there. Again, with drop off and pickup. So again, I'm urging that we take a look at that area. I want to thank our citizen who provided, again, just donations for the Office of Emergency Management. That's amazing. Commend you and thank you very much. That was a great gesture. Thank you. As far as the Office on Aging transportation temporary stoppage, that's because the bus driver is having some minor surgery. I'll be back though, but I have to take a little bit of a leave. But I'll be back behind the wheel. And finally, the Memorial Day Parade. Again, I just want to thank the town, the mayor, Borough Council, administration, the veterans, everybody who participated, but most importantly, that we continue to have a Memorial Day Parade and have a ceremony. Hardly any towns have that anymore. And I think that's a special part of South River, that we do that we honor those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, and we do it in such a respectful way. So, again, I think it's just wonderful. And Mrs. Hutchison came up here and spoke, and she says it's the whole town that does this and does that. And she says nobody understands how much work is put forward to actually plan and execute the Memorial Day Parade on a yearly basis. I know the amount of work she does. There's a reason why if you drive by 38 Virginia Street at 3 o'clock in the morning, the lights are still on. Because she's sitting there and she's planning things and she's doing this and she's doing that. So her leadership, along with everybody else who contributes, is amazing. But Teresa does one hell of a job. And she has been doing this for probably about 20 years now for the Memorial Day Parade. I firmly believe without her leadership, we would not be having a Memorial Day Parade in South River anymore. So, Teresa, great job. Thank you very much. So, that's all I have. Have a great night, folks. Appreciate it.
Anyone else from the public? First call. Second call.
Motion to close public?
Motion by Council President DeSantis.
Second.
Second by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we're going to go to council comments. I'll start off with Councilman Donato.
Yes, good evening. I just want to comment that congratulate everyone who took part in the Memorial Day Parade. It was, I was not there, unfortunately. I will be next year, I promise. But my understanding from what I got was a fantastic parade. And yes, everyone, volunteer or not, puts an enormous amount of effort into everything they do. I know that for a fact. I've done it a little bit here and there, and you put an amazing amount of hours, especially if you're as meticulous as the people seem to be. And I thank the members of the municipality, the workers, all the police department, fire department for all they do. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be as safe as we are today. Finally, those bikes. Mr. Dominici, you're absolutely right. I almost had a personal contact with a young fella on one of those bikes, not too far away from your home, just coming here tonight. Fortunately, doing the speed limit, which helps, that did not happen. But they'll come through, doesn't matter whether it's stop sign or not. They don't realize they should be driving those things. And they're really vehicles, even though they're so small, and be conducting themselves as if they were driving a car. Yeah, and the exercise that they should get on a regular pedal bike is not there, but it's modern day. Unfortunately, they don't understand what will happen if they connect with a vehicle. And it's a heck of a thing to have them find out the hard way. Parents, let them know what's going on. You see anything that's not right, regardless of whether it becomes law or not, I wouldn't hesitate to take the vehicle or the bike away from my child. I don't like them. They're very dangerous, and they don't even know how to ride a regular bike, unfortunately. So anything the parent, and it's the parent's responsibility, let's be honest. Don't blame anybody except yourself. So please keep an eye on the children. There's only a couple, was it 2 more weeks of school, and then they're going to be out full time. Not all the kids have jobs. They would be too young, but they'll be out. So please, please, please be careful when you're driving. And if you have children that are out there on the bikes, whether it's a pedal bike or a power bike or whatever, please teach them the right thing, how to handle stuff. It's about time they start taking on the adult responsibilities, because otherwise, if they don't start now, it's going to be hard later on for them to do the right thing. That's all I have from there.
Thank you. Councilman Jimmy Campos.
Yes, Mayor. This past Saturday, I went to the flag raising for the Portuguese flag raising ceremony down at Daly's Pond, and I was honored to be invited to it. It was a really nice event. There was dancers there, and then everyone marched over to the Portuguese club, and they had a table there for us, and it was really kind of them to invite us and just be, extra nice to the council and the mayor. It was a good time. And the other thing is that Mr. Donato touched on something earlier that I forgot to mention. The South River Garden, it's down at the end of Causeway, and it's a wonderful thing. It gets full sun, and people just need to, I shouldn't say need to, but if anyone is interested in gardening, it's a wonderful community garden. The people there are really nice, and they need someone to step up and take over, because the same person's been in charge of it for a long time. And it's a task. It's not a big task, but if you can get a couple of people together as a team to help push that forward, because you don't want to see, see it go by the wayside. There was a lot of effort put into it. From what I understand, the vegetables grow great down there. So if you got a green thumb and you want to grow vegetables, that community garden is a wonderful project to get involved in. So you can get a hold of me if you want to figure out how to get in touch with somebody at the garden, but that would be a good thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman DeZemian.
Thank you, Mayor. I attended for a little bit watching the fishing derby that was at the park this past Saturday. There were a lot of people participating. They all had a great time. The rec department, kudos to them. They did a fantastic job organizing that and just in there watching the kids come up, catching little fish, weighing it, getting all excited, getting little snacks they had and little awards for their efforts. It was a really nice event. Also, at the same time, not too away, was Matt doing the softball, and kudos to him and your staff for taking advantage of the fields and watching the kids play softball. It was a lot of fun, and watching them participate in maturing with doing sports. And yeah, I also concur with the bikes. I'm here coming down to the meeting, and I'm coming down Whitehead to come to this meeting, and there's someone on the bike right in front of me, right down the middle of Whitehead, all the way to Jackson Street. So it's occurring. The other day, one was in front of me, and then did wheelies on Whitehead for like many blocks, right down the middle. And it's true, they don't have the pedal; they just go. So parents should be very aware of your kids, of what they're doing, because if there is an accident, that's going to be bad. And they shouldn't be out there in the middle of the street doing that to begin with. The next free concert for the Imperial Music Center is going to be on Sunday, June 28th at 2 o'clock. It's a very nice concert. It's free. And congratulations to Sergeant Roselli again for his service. And that was a wonderful event, Chief, that was the last walk out. It was nice to see that, and nice to see that take place. And this Sunday is Flag Day. If anyone has a flag, post it out on your property, show it, and let that be shown throughout the town. That'd be a nice thing. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman De Silva.
I just wanted to reiterate on the flag raising this Saturday, Portuguese community. Most of you know I am Portuguese, so it was an honor to have everybody there. I wanted to thank the Portuguese Club for hosting it and doing it, and inviting us back over to Portuguese Club to watch the dancers, and the food that they always have there is amazing. So I wanted to thank everybody that came out. I also want to touch base not only on the e-bikes, but that summer is soon to happen for these children, be it young to 18 or high school kids. Not only e-bikes, but these cars. We're not drifters in South River. The peeling out, the zooming at all hours of the day and night. Parents, you need to talk to your children. Whether they're young or adults, so they think they're adults because they can get behind the wheel of a car. They're not adults. They don't know the ramifications, the consequences of what can happen, not only to themselves, but to other drivers, pedestrians, children that might be chasing a ball across the street, and their reaction time to step on that brake is not that of an officer or a paramedic or someone who's skilled. And I would hate to see another devastation in this town like we had a couple years ago. So parents, please speak to your children, because I guarantee they're not the ones who paid for that automobile. I guarantee they're not the ones paying for their insurance. And I guarantee they're not the ones who bought their e-bikes at the age of 8. So it is your responsibility. You brought them into this world, it's your responsibility. And with that being said, I wanted to wish Judy over at Willett Manor very happy birthday today, and also congratulate her on 52 years of working with with seniors all across the board. She is to be commended, and kudos to her. And for that is it, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Krasinski.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to thank all of our public safety workers, our fire department, police department, especially our DPW for the job that they've done. And I don't know if the people have noticed, but A lot more potholes got filled up lately because we finally got some machinery fixed to take care of the problems. Aside from that, I'd also like to thank all of the volunteers for the Memorial Day Parade, the VFW, American Legion, a lot of the volunteers that came out to set the flags at the cemetery. That is probably a very memorable experience if you ever have a chance to attend one of them. We usually do it at the 3 different cemeteries, the 2 in South River here and the 1 in East Brunswick. And it's kind of moving. And every year that particular holiday is especially important to me. With that, we have another holiday coming up, and I believe our mayor is going to have a little bit of a say for an affair that he has going on. And hopefully the next meeting we'll be wearing red, white, and blue, or
things are
or Hawaiian shirts.
No Hawaiian shirts.
No Hawaiian shirts? Okay, very good. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Council President DeSantis.
Thank you. I just wanted to say for Sergeant Roselli, good luck and congratulations in his retirement. I wasn't able to make it to his last radio call because I was at the field coaching the softball game, and as well as for the Portuguese flag raising, I wasn't able to make it to that because I was coaching. So unfortunately, just in a different area of town doing something a little different. But I think it kind of calls into the diversity of this town and all the things we have going on. I don't think a lot of these things happen in every town where you have these parades. And I just think everything we do as a community, I'm proud to be a big part of it. I continue to stay active. But that being said, I'm going to bring up the e-bikes even though everybody else has. July 1st is when the law becomes law, and everyone has to abide by the law and know the law. I've already had conversations with Chief, and nobody wants to put this into a position where it's contentious, but at the same time, we need to follow the law, and if the law is broken, it'll be handled accordingly. So please, as Sandra alluded to, we know that the 8-year-old didn't buy this bike. It's not their responsibility to know. It's the responsibility of the parent. Thank you. This is a little billboard that Mayor Gindy just gave me. Who can ride? Age 17 or older with a driver's license, age 15 or older with a moped license. Who can't ride? Under 15 years old. Cannot ride e-bikes or e-scooters. Period. The requirements are a license, registration, and insurance. You do have a 6-month grace period to get insured and registered, but the deadline is July 19th. So that means the grace period was already enacted from January, Chief. Is that correct?
Correct.
Stay informed, ride safe. There's no excuse not to know the laws. All right? It's your responsibility to know the law of what you're operating. Again, we're not here to round up all these kids and lock them up, but consequences will be put forth. And please, this is about safety and survival. It's dangerous. I got caught behind a gang of them going down Old Bridge Turnpike to Spotswood, to softball, of course, and I was behind them all the way past Stewart's Root Beer Place. 10 of them, both sides of the road. Some people are afraid to drive near them, around them. It's just there. It's antagonistic, and please, we don't want to have a horror story. So let's just avoid that. So with that, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So as you all know, South River is going on with a lot of projects in town. And one of the biggest projects is your Main Street. Started the end of last year where they took out the trolley tracks. Then after the winter, they started to repair all of your curbing and aprons. And now they're coming up to where they're going to start milling, which is going to start on June 22nd. It's going to consist of 2 to 5 days. And after they are done, they're going to start to pave the road. The paving is going to be done overnight while there's nobody on the streets. It's going to consist of almost 3 days, and it's going to start from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. That is weather permitting. So when all said and done, South River will finally see a paved, smooth Main Street. So for all the residents, believe me when I tell you, I know what you have been going through for all these years. So we're finally justifying the problem. Water lines. Till today, and I just left my house looking at a tint of brown water, and it consists of decades and decades of issues with our water lines. Regardless of what we do and how we do it, it's never going to get resolved. But in the past 3 years, we finally put our foot down and we got a consulting company that is actually doing just that. So by the end of next year, we're hoping to actually put a shovel in the ground to finally start replacing all water lines. But the reason it's taking so long is because it takes time. There's plans, there's assessments, there's they have to go out for different different loans. They have to go out for different. They have to look at New Jersey DEP municipal elements. There are so much involved before anything could get done. So believe me when I tell you, if you want to continue to complain about water, brown water, I want you to. We are going to justify the problem. So we're looking by the end of this year to finally go out to bid early next year. So that's something I will promise you we are going to do. Now, I know a lot of people have been noticing these monitors are sitting on intersections of George Street and Washington Street and some parts of the intersections. What they are traffic study monitors. They're not studying the air quality. They're not looking for bugs. This is basically looking at how many people are using the intersections, how many people are driving up and down the streets. That is exactly what this thing is for. As you all know, I love a good party, and I love lots of decorative stuff. So I am hosting a mayor's patriotic house decorating contest. Everybody could join in. It's celebrating 250 years of America. I want South River to be recognized. I already had the newspaper reach out to me. I know other towns are doing things even more extravagant, but listen, more red and white in this town, it means the world to me, as well as to the town, as well as to this country. I am paying for the trophies or for your prizes. So decorating is going to be between now and June 21st. Our judging is going to be between June 22nd and the 30th. I will announce the winner on July 4th. There are three, well, actually now there's four, because the VFW now joined in, and they're giving out a $100 gift certificate. So first prize is $250 worth of local business gift cards. Second prize is about $100 worth, $100 towards a restaurant gift card. And the last prize is going to be the People's Choice Award, which is a $50 gift card. All should join. Cultural Arts and Heritage. Mrs. Hutchison and her staff continue to do a remarkable job when it comes down to Memorial Day, and for that matter, all the other events, especially when it comes down to flag raising. I can't tell you how many people were so happy to watch that flag go up. There are so many cultures in this town. Please don't let it pass you by. Represent your culture. Reach out to her Cultural Arts and Heritage. If you like, you can even send me an email. I would forward it to her as well. Now, with history, there's lots of people that come and go. There's quite a few interesting people that we lose sight of only because we don't know who they are. This one particular person reached out to myself as well as Mark. He's a person that lived here from 1945 to 1965. His name is Chester Tracy. He wrote a book on South River. It's a pretty nice sized book. You should look it up. You can look him up at www.ahnsad.com. There's so much history in this book. And I know there's lots more out there, but he really touches on South River. Please reach out to us. As you know, that we passed, or we had a first reading for the ordinance on liquor, permitting liquor stores to. No, give me a second. No, give me a second. I'll let you look at it. You can take a look at it. As you all know, the World Cup is upon us. It's the most watched sport in the world. I feel that we should give back, help the bars, the liquor stores open up early. I know it's an eventful game. There's going to be 8 games in New Jersey. There's going to be 6 in Philadelphia. The actual World Cup main event is going to be held here in New Jersey. This is something that we have found through all the agencies, from state troopers to FBI, DEA. There's going to be a lot of traffic. This is something you need to look up, especially when it comes down to traveling north. Look up njdotworldcup.nj.gov. You need to be educated on how much traffic and how much security is going to be upon us. They're already here. They're already traveling. They're already practicing. I know that 2 teams are here in East Brunswick as we speak. So it's good to know what's around you, especially if you're a traveler. Sergeant Pete Roselli, this was a tough one. We have had so many police officers come and go, but Pete Roselli he's gone through a lot, and I have to tell you, I've met a lot of really, really good police officers, and this is one that's going to be highly, highly missed. I wish him only the best in his future. And to all you fathers, happy Father's Day. That's all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Motion by Councilman DeZemian. Second. Second by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Barry, you want to take a look at it?